So, my friends, what do you think? Are you ready to, I'm like multitasking right now. Are you ready for a spiraling inward? Are you ready for that? You want to do some spiraling inward, people? You think? You ready? What do you think? Are you guys ready on the phone for spiraling inward?
Yes. Let's go.
Yay! Well, hi, guys. I am Stephanie Thidwick, if you didn't know, and this is my Melting Space Dreams. I have not done a spiraling inward in like 10,000 years, so I'm very excited about having you here in the studio with me. And firstly, I would love it if you could introduce yourselves, like maybe say where you're from, your name, of course your name, your favorite color, and I also want to know what's your favorite summer fruit. So let's do it. Introduce yourselves. Hi.
Okay, who's going first? My name is Mike, and my favorite color is purple. And bananas are pretty fire, but also blueberries, though. How about blueberries?
They're
okay,
good.
I don't know if that's a summer fruit. I just see fruit.
Well, yeah, definitely. They are both, and they're so good together.
That's so true.
Okay, I'm going to crack the whip. All right, Gene, tell me what's up. What's your name? Where are you from? And what's your favorite fruit color?
I'm based in LA, and my favorite color is green, and I think my favorite summer fruit is watermelon. That's a summer fruit, right?
Heck yeah. Oh, yeah, fully. All right, now, Durski. It's like, I'm like introducing you. I wasn't going to do this. You're supposed to do this. Anyway, hi. Welcome to the Space Dream. It's
Hi.
madness.
I'm Andrew or Drew or Drewski, wherever you know me from. I'm from the Cleveland area in Ohio. My favorite color has always been blue, and my favorite summer fruit is definitely strawberries.
Awesome. Sounds good. Well, we can make a crazy smoothie together with our favorite fruits. And I'm a fan of figs, and I really like plums. So in case you care, like nobody really cares about me with what I want. But anyway, yeah, thanks for hanging out. And you have a awesome band together, and I love it. It's called Laughing Week. And just like, really, where did the name Laughing Week come from?
Well, after hours and weeks and days and months and other time illusions gone by, so we wrote most of the songs for this EP before we came up with a title for the band name, and like we just came up with the EP title like 2 weeks ago. But anyway, so Laughing Week is a nod to one of my favorite, if not my favorite, power pop band of the 90s era. So, like, long story short, this whole group, we're kind of trying to revive / tribute and kind of honor the sounds of, like, late 90s, early 2000s power pop, like Ozma, Superdrag, like Pinkerton-era Weezer, and then there's this one band, for example, called Ultimate Fakebook, and they're out of Manhattan, Kansas. They played shows with Ozma and Weezer and the Fall Out Boys and all them in the circuit, and they had a sister band with a band called Ashtray Babyhead in Little Rock, so that's why I know them so hardcore. Their breakout record was called This Will Be Laughing Week, and so Drew was like, what if we named our band Laughing Week? And it's almost like this full circle, like, you know, anyway, yeah.
It's perfect. I love it. And I love a full circle, most def. And I have been listening to the first single off your Conspiracy album, EP, and I love it. I mean, literally, I have never stopped listening to it since it came out. It just like grips all of my emotions and my feels that I've been having this summer. So it's perfect for me. And the Melting Space Dream, I'm going to play that right now. It's called Old Cassettes. And you guys, I played this once like a bunch of weeks ago, but here we go. We're going to play this again, and you're going to listen, and you're going to love it. All right? Listen and love it.
Your old cassettes. I rewind them with a pencil and I put them in the deck. I still have that old guitar. I strum it every night until my fingers fall off. It's in the making. I draw next to all my regrets, but I still wait for you to return. I'm like a masochistic pyro. I love to get burned. It's in the making. Of when all that mattered in the world was just you and me. I still have that landline phone. I sit beside it every night and wait for you to tell me you're coming home. It's in the making.
Amazing production on that. That is Old Cassettes by Laughing Week. And we have Laughing Week right here on the phone here with me and you and everybody. And hi, guys. You still there? Did that work?
Yeah.
Woo! Yes. This is my first time using the hybrid, so I don't really know what's going on. And what's sort of like in the past, I've done spiraling inwards. And when I'm doing music, we like chat it up on the phone, and I can't do that now. So I wasn't like snubbing you or anything. It's like having the system hooked up to the mixing board. I don't have access to the phone unless I hang up on you, and then you'd have to call back.
Yeah, no, that's good.
And that'd be
Are we muted though?
Oh, yeah. Yes, you are. You're muted.
All right, because I didn't know. Yeah. I was singing along out of key the whole time.
I was singing along out of key the whole time also. So, like, we got that going on for us. And, yeah, well, we've got the band Laughing We Care in Melting Space Dreams Spiraling Inward tonight. And I got some questions to ask. So, what inspired you to go full on retro with the vibe? Was it just like all those bands that you like, or was there something else behind it?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, the idea for this project first came together, it was all about trying to capture the sound of those mid to late 90s, early 2000s power pop bands. But a funny coincidence is the first song we actually wrote together ended up being old cassettes, which had the very explicit and direct references to retro technology like VHS old cassettes and stuff like that. So when we eventually down the road decided to have that be our debut single, we really wanted to lean in on the retro aspect in the sort of visual standpoint. Like on our social media and stuff, you'll see us using a lot of cassette players and stuff like that. And we wanted to really lean in on it with that song. But yeah, it was all about capturing those specifically the guitar and synth tones and stuff are very much reminiscent of those old songs.
Now maybe. Oops, sorry. Go on.
And I think you'll see with some of the later songs in this album, they're not as directly forward, as nostalgic as this old cassette song. But the nostalgia is more hidden behind the music, and you can hear that more with the tones and stuff we're using.
I really love it. It sounds great. It looks great, and I dig the boombox in one of your visualizers. I'm like, wow, I had that boombox. So this has really hit home to me on so many levels, and I'm loving it so much. And so you guys, I notice, are spread across all of America. Like, you got, like, both sides flanked and dang right in the middle, Drewski. And so how did this happen? Like, how did y'all guys get together and meet? Meet your maker. Mwah.
So it was all at a truck stop in Illinois. I'm just kidding. We all met through River Squamo's Discord like fan club, and we were all there before the transition actually. But I made a fan club server for my solo music, and I started like putting out feelers, being like, "Hey guys, I would really like to collab. I've kind of been like stuck in my own little world for a little while, and I want to do more stuff with other people." And so, like, not long after that, Drew posted something in there talking about, "Hey, I would really like to do a project that harkens back to, you know, like we said, this kind of era of power pop, alt rock kind of thing." And so with that, it kind of just sparked a thing, and, you know, me and Gene, like, immediately expressed interest in it. We, you know, like in around May or something of last year, we kind of just started the ball rolling, and then, it's just been, like, coming forward, and we've been, like, it's been an avalanche since the start of this year. We, like, really started accelerating and getting all this cooking, so, yeah, kind of just from a little Discord thread.
Well, it's completely delicious, and I'm eating it up with my ears, and I'm just grateful to be a part of your journey. And yeah, like, you're all doing kind of separate stuff, and I wanted to feature that. I have queued up Avoid the Void, another song probably last year or the year before. This was like my favorite song. I was definitely like my old cassettes of whenever the year that Avoid the Void came out. I never stopped listening to it. You have a great way with vibing emotion through the music, not only the lyrics but the sounds, Mike. I love it, and you're going places, kid. I could tell. And I want to play that next. Do you want to introduce yourself to my listening people and tell them what album it's on? Because I forgot.
Okay, dope. Yeah, so my name is Mike Rayleigh, Railey. I've been making solo music for a bit. I've been in a bunch of bands since I was a wee lad, and so I've always been into rock. 2022, I put out my first solo record, These Octagonal Eyes, which is like guitar, rock, indie kind of thing. And then this last album I put out in 2024 is called Pont Neuf, or Pont Neuf, or however you want to, it doesn't matter. Just, it's a like chamber pop piano style record, you know, like Beach Boys, Revolver, or I mean like, you know, Beach Boys Pet Sounds or Beatles Revolver, those kinds of sounds, as well as like OK Human from Weezer. And yeah, so this is off of that album, and, you know, themes of like, you know, internal struggles of depression and stuff. So, you know, a whole bunch of fun for the whole family to enjoy.
Well, I love it. It's definitely helped me get through some dark times. And to be honest, it still does. Like, if I'm having a low time, I will put it on and be like, I'm not alone. And I think that's a huge part of why I love music so much and why I want to share music with people, because, you know, different tracks are going to resonate with different people. And sometimes everybody needs a little nod that says, it's okay. You're going to be all right because I got through it and you will too. With that said, here is Avoid the Void by Mike Rayleigh.
Somewhere in the sky, or down below, or out in space, there's a place I know, my second home, my special place. I can't avoid the void, it's every color in my head. I can't avoid the void, it's every color in my head. I can't avoid the void. I can't avoid the void. I can't avoid the void, and now it's coming. I can hardly breathe. I'm staring deep into the dark. I am on the brink. I'm sinking deep into my heart. I can't avoid the void. It's every color in my head. I can't avoid the void. It's every color in my head. I can't avoid the void. I can't avoid the void. I can't avoid the void, and now it's coming for me. I found a hole in the ground, and it was perfectly shaped for my fears and doubts. I took one last look around and laid my secrets away where they will never be found. I found a hole in the ground. I found a hole in the ground. I found a hole in the ground, and I might just stay. I can't avoid the void. It's every color in my head. I can't avoid the void. It's every color in my head. I can't avoid the void. I can't avoid the void. I can't avoid the void, and now it's coming for me.
The very gripping, beautiful track Avoid the Void by Mike Rayleigh, who I have on the telephone here doing Spiraling Inward here on KXCJ LP 105.7 and 101.3 FM, serving Cave Junction and the entire Illinois Valley. Yeah, that's what I got going on here. Are you listening on the .org? Well, if you're not, try it. KXCJ.org. All right, let's move on to some more wonderful questions that I have compiled just to ask you cats. I'm curious, do you think there'll be a tour like US, Canada, UK, maybe the moon?
I know we definitely want to. I think as soon as we have like the funds and the venues and other bands to play with, like once we're ready for that, we're definitely going to take the first opportunity that we can to do it.
Very cool. Well, I would love to help out with that. I know so many bands, and that's part of what I would like Melting Space Dreams to ultimately morph into. I've always wanted to do like a festival, like a traveling festival like Warped and stuff. Lollapalooza, like a festival that goes everywhere, but instead of having the same exact bands every like night of every show in every city, I would like to curate bands from that specific city, have like one headliner, like maybe Laughing Week, and then all of the other bands that are playing for the Melting Space Dreams Festival in my mind would be local bands, and that's kind of like what I would like to do. So yeah, once you get ready to do your thing, maybe I can help find some bands for you and, do that thing with you.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be fun. I would love to open for Laughing Week. Yeah.
Funny. Yeah, you all guys could like do that too, right? Can't you? Because you're all in your own bands, which brings me to I was gonna play something from Too Short Pants, but I wanted to first play another Laughing Week track. I have queued up Blast Off, and this is from my very favoritist band in the whole wide world that's signed. I guess that's how I will say it. I don't normally play signed music, but I'm taking this opportunity to play a cover of a signed band by this wonderful institution called Laughing Week, and it's Black Stuff. I love it, and I hope you love it too, because it's awesome.
Blast off up to the stars we go, and leave behind everything I used to know. Somebody's giving me a whole lot of money to do what I think I want to. So why am I still feeling blue? Oh, one and done, goddamn, get your head out of your hands. Here's to all the time we're gonna have. Cooped up for a year with the two best looking bands I've seen all year. Get me another bottle of beer, 'cause I'm feeling fine. Go ahead and waste your head, we've got the time. I hope you don't object that I speak my mind. Don't object if I crack another beer. Yeah! Hold on, who is it here that I see? Wasn't she a favorite bitch in the academy? I don't know if I wanna lead on this woman, I've done that before. She's actually a good girl, or at least a cheap hoe.
She's a very, very good girl, and I am on the phone with three very, very good boys, and they make up Laughing Week. and we're spiraling inward together. Hi, guys. You still there?
Yeah.
Super cool. Great. We're going to move on to the big question. Will there be a physical release for the album? And will it be $14.99 for cassette?
I know we definitely are going to be offering CDs. Probably won't be $14.99, but we're definitely going to be doing that. We've tossed around the idea of maybe doing like a limited run of cassettes. It'd be something like 10 or 15 of those. Nothing too big. And just like making them by hand rather than having them made. Because with the CDs, we'll probably like the official like art wrapping around the case and everything. But if we do cassettes, we'll probably like make them ourselves.
And that's totally old school. You know, I mean, that's what they did back in the day. We had our mixtapes, we put our art on there, and we drew inside there. That's what we did. That's what you're going to do. It's matching the whole theme, for else. So do you guys have thoughts on maybe a reality-based show for your tour? Like doing some blogging along the way? I already have it all in my mind. I see you guys on tour and just scratching my nugget and wondering.
Oh, yeah. I actually, whenever we all got to meet up for my birthday this year, Drew flew in and I flew in, and we stayed in Denver, and I had my phone out almost the whole time recording different stuff. We pranked each other a few times. We got that stuff on video, and we got some video of us like just playing different songs together. And so like I'm sure if we did go on tour, we'd probably do something like that, where we'd either vlog or maybe we'd make a documentary. Our plan right now is to kind of set up to have a documentary ready whenever the EP releases, so everybody can see kind of behind the scenes. We'll probably like talk over it, similar to how Mike did. Mike did one of those when Pontnuff dropped, and I thought that was really cool. So I had that in mind whenever I was recording everything that we were doing.
I loved it. Actually, one of my favorite parts is Mike being the fish, feeding Mike food, and he's catching it like a fish, and I love fish. So I was like, oh, Mike's a fish. In his other life, he must have been a fish, I'm guessing. Mike, were you a fish in your other life? And if you were a fish, what kind of fish were you? I'm making you think. See, I knew there would be other questions that would come up, and that's one. Mike, what kind of fish were you in your previous life? Because I know you were a fish. I know fish, and that was fish.
Wait, are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you, Mike.
I missed it. I was listening. I did the lag delay thing where I was okay. So I think a salmon. Because no matter what I do, I seem to always be swimming against the current.
Oh, right on. But you're strong and you're steady, and you're going to make it up that little waterfall so you could spawn. I believe in you.
Exactly. I'm determined.
Totally. That's awesomeness.
You get it.
I do. I
feel like I've thought about this before, just subconsciously, and you just brought it out of me.
Yep. This is what happens on spiraling inwards. That's what we shall expect. So I'm curious to know if I'm looking at my questions actually, because I don't really like cling to like reality based stuff, or I'm just going to completely go off and then everybody's going to be scared. So did any of you actually grow up with VHS or audio cassettes? Because you're not ancient, you know?
Yes, I think we all probably had some in our house. I had a whole wall. I remember we had one of those old school CRTs it was from the 70s or something, because it was all wood paneling, and it was that lithographic stuff where you look at it and it's it changes depending on what angle you look at it, and it's that weird plasticky kind of thing.
Oh yeah, those.
They had
cool.
that on the surface, and it was this giant TV. And anyway, so we only had VHS until the mid 2000s, and I remember the orange Nickelodeon tapes and the Liar Liar and Home Alone and Back to the Future were my childhood.
Super
So that was
cool.
me.
I like that. Yeah, I think I could tell Static, the whole VHS and Static drenched line. I was like, one of these guys must have really known. It's not like they're just pulling this out, like Googling what happened, back in the 90s. They had to live it. And I was just curious because I'm a curious cat. So
You can thank Drew for that. He's got some experiences too, and he wrote both of those lines.
very cool. I love your lines, too. You're like rocking my world with your lyrics, rocking it solid. So, what is your favorite pasta dish? Do you have one? I'm kind of like really into tortellini these days. I'll do tortellini like anyhow, like tortellini by itself, tortellini on a chopstick, just like kind of like a shish kebab of tortellinis. Or, I love it. It's my favorite, most versatile pasta of ever all time. So I'm curious, do you have a favorite pasta dish?
One of my favorite foods of all time is ravioli. I love ravioli.
Yum. And what's in that ravioli? What do you like it stuffed with? Because that's also versatile. Ravioli can be stuffed with mushrooms or cheese or meat or shrimp or I don't know. What's your favorite stuffing of your ravioli?
I did last night. I had some ravioli that was stuffed with ricotta, and it was great. So I
Yeah.
do and ravioli.
Classic.
I like that. Bringing it back to the classics once again. So I have another song queued up, and this time it is from Too Short Pants. Gene, do you want to introduce this? I've got manipulation happening because, yes, I am the DJ, and I'm going to play my favorite songs that I have by you guys, like it or not. But yeah, what do you got to say about this, Gene?
Well, to be honest, I don't even remember what I wrote that one about. That one's a deep cut. But I'm Gene. I front a band called Too Short Pants, and we're based in LA now. I've been releasing stuff under Too Short Pants as kind of like experimental, trying to find my sound, and that particular song is from that era of when I was trying to find my sound. But I think that was one of the closer songs to what I've finally figured out for our band. So I guess it's a good representation of the primitive era of what we sound like now, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense.
Of course it does, and spoken very wonderfully. And are you guys playing live around LA or anything?
Yeah, actually, we're playing on Friday. We've got a new song called Daddy Issues that's coming out on Friday, and we're playing a show the same day, so it's pretty exciting.
Cool. Well, I wish I could just take off and be there in your audience, but no, in my heart of hearts, I will be there. And one day, I'm just going to turn up there because LA is not too far away from Southern Oregon. I could just hop a flight and be there. And unfortunately, these days, I work on Saturday, so it kind of crushes my groove of just taking off for a weekend to LA. But pretty soon, I will not be working that crazy, cumbersome Saturday, and I will be free again, and I will just be there one day. I'm not even going to tell you. I'm just going to turn up and be like, hi, and you'll be like, who the F are you? But it'll be me. You'll smell me before you see me because I'll be all fruity, smelling like wonderful passion fruit and vanilla. You'll know that. So anyway, I just gave myself away, but you'll know I'm there. You might not know what I look like, but you'll know that I'm there by my smell for sure, because people smell me before I arrive. With that said, I'm going to play you Too Short Pants Manipulation. It's my favorite track by these guys, and I like the new stuff too, but yes, I definitely love this sound, and I'm glad that this is something that is, in the future, this sound, this groove, it's so good.
Myself in these situations, it seems as though I'll never have any long-term relations. I'm so sick of being used, left unread, blocked and abused. I'm sick of all our manipulation. Let's start with a new foundation. She has a boyfriend, but she told me it would be okay. She misled me into thinking this was real. She stole my heart and now I can feel song. Open relationships are not really my forte, but I guess I'll try it this one time. I'll write you all my greatest rhymes. You know how much I care about you at the end of the day. This girl's really caught my eye. She seems to care about my life, but this is pretty hard for me. I really want this to work out, despite the way it started out. Just treat me with respect and I'll be happy to see. She has a boyfriend, but she told me it would be okay. She misled me into thinking this was real. She stole my heart and now I can feel.
All right, I love that song. That is Too Short Pants, and he is in Laughing Week, who I have on the phone right now doing a little spiraling inward in my melting space dreams. Thanks, guys, for showing up and hanging out with me tonight. I have a few more questions here on my roster, like what artists would you like to collab with in the future?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I have like 2 different mental lists for just this one question.
Lay it on me.
I guess the first half of the list is like kind of smaller indie artists who are kind of in our scene a bit, who I'd love to collaborate with. And that would include, I'm really digging this power pop trio that came up just the same time as us. They're in Philadelphia. They're called the Del Cobras. They're super fun. I've been listening to them a lot. And another guy is this guy out of Cleveland, Ohio, coincidentally. But he's this pop rock musician. He's called 2 Mile Moon. And he's about to release a new album at the end of this month. And I absolutely love his music. And then on the opposite side of the list would probably be people like people who I have always looked up to, and would be like such an honor to get the chance to work with them. And I'd absolutely love to work with, especially as Laughing Week, work with like the guys from Ozma, or like Jason Cropper. He's somebody who I've always looked up to. He had originally been the guitarist for Weezer, but then he sort of left, and now as an adult he's just matured and become such this powerful and inspiring songwriter.
I love that guy.
I think he's absolutely amazing.
He's super fresh. We used to be tight back in the day, but he's all married and grown up now. So yeah, love that guy. And yeah, I took notes. I've got Del Cobras and 2 Mile Moon on my little list to check out, so I could slip them into the playlist when I get a chance. And thanks for giving me that. I love to find new bands, and I basically spend every waking hour of my life that I'm not working or taking a jacuzzi by finding new bands. I curate bands 24/7, probably like 80 hours a week. That's what I do. I listen to every platform and collect just the finest bands. So I'm really proud to have you in my Melting Space Dreams as one of my featured bands for Spiraling Inward. Yay! It's really been a while since I did this, and I'm kind of like, I'm giddy and my mouth is dry, and I should probably get a drink soon. But before I go get another bit of water, I'm curious, Mike, where is your mind?
Well, sometimes it's 1,000 yards away, and sometimes it's locked in a void. But a lot of times recently it's been very music-focused. I'm working like 2 music jobs right now, and I'm doing this project. I am about to finish doing a thing for my solo thing, but also right now I am playing drums and kind of doing some other things like backup vocals in this hardcore indie thing. Spill
the tea. I want to hear about it. Who are you playing drums for?
So me and my friend Galen, he had a solo project called Green Scheme, and so basically we're taking his compositions and we're arranging them as a 2-piece. And I think we just scored a bassist last Friday. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I was going to say, out of this context, I'm super duper excited to send you some tracks from that, because it goes from very, very chill to really intense. Sometimes within a song, but within I think it's a really cool and super raw sound, and I get to play drums like an animal, so I'm excited about that.
Sounds awesome. And what other band you're doing backup vocals for somebody else?
I'm doing backup vocals in the drum thing as well.
I
like,
see.
So that's fun, singing and playing drums, and like gonna be able to do. We played one show, and like, it's a great feeling. Anyway,
For reals, I love that. I love to be on stage and perform. I used to do that once, and I will do that again for sure. I love it.
Yeah.
And I had a question that I was going to ask that was based off of what you said, but it just disappeared. It just left. So I'm going to stick to my little list, and I would like to. What would be the venue of your best daydreams?
Gene, go.
I really like the Troubadour. I've been there a couple of times. That venue is just, oh my gosh. It's big enough that you can play to a lot of people, but it's also still really intimate. And I think that there's just something really special about a more intimate show, I guess. Like, yeah, it would be cool to play for like thousands of people, but I think whenever you're, in the far, far future, if we're selling out shows, I think like being able to play in like a place where you can see everyone's face. There's still a lot of people, but you can see everyone's face. There's just like something so powerful and special about that. I don't know.
I like that. Gene, have you walked past or been inside the Wiltern yet?
Ooh.
Because
maybe.
I saw Fall Out Boy
remember.
there in 2013, and that was a really good example, like a great mid-level venue where it's almost like a big version of a theater where there's like 3 levels that are like pretty close, but then decent pit, and like you can get up close and personal, but even like the nosebleeds are like not that far away.
Oh, beautiful theater. Classy. I love it there.
Oh, you said you've been there?
Oh, yes. The last show, I was there a billion years ago. It was Granddaddy and Polyphonic Spree on New Year's Eve. Oh, my gosh. It was amazing. I think it was like maybe 2002, 2005. I don't know. But what I do know is I have a little, I don't know, I guess I got a VIP pack. I don't know, really. But I ended up with this little ribbon. Like you used to get in school when you did something great, they'd give you like a little silky ribbon that said, "You did great." Well,
yep.
I have that from the show, and it's like in my Bible. And every once in a while I turn to it and I'm like, oh, I remember the show. And it was just really tremendously fantastic. And I loved the venue. I remember walking around. They had different kind of like kiosks going on with art, both very artsy bands. And it was great. And I think there's actually a live somewhere on the interweb of that show particular. I have it, so I know it's there. I got it on cassette because I'm a cassette kind of girl.
How appropriate.
Exactly. And so, yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm stoked that the Wiltern came up because, yes, I could see you guys playing there. And what a beautiful venue. It's just like the balconies are gorgeous and it's just fantastic, beautiful. I want to see you there. We're going to have to make that happen. So
yes.
I want to play Conspiracy next because I like it and it's you guys. And I've pretty much plumb near out of questions. I got one more question and we will end the show with that question because you're all going to answer my last question, like it or not. So here is Laughing Week with Conspiracy. It's their second single off their EP with the same name. Ready, go.
You said they poisoned the water and made all the frogs turn gay. And Big Brother is watching every decision you make. And I don't wanna believe your conspiracy. And I don't wanna question my identity anymore. Not dead, he's having a beer with Cobain. Taylor
fake. And I don't wanna believe conspiracy. And I don't wanna question my identity. But I'm looking around in the trees, and the bluebirds are all watching me. And everywhere I turn, I don't know what to believe. And I don't wanna believe conspiracy. And I don't wanna question my identity. And I don't wanna believe conspiracy. And I don't wanna question my identity. But I'm looking around in the trees, and the bluebirds are all watching me. And everywhere I turn, I don't know what to believe.
That is Conspiracy by Laughing Week here in my Melting Space Dreams. And we have Laughing Week on the phone. They called me up. They took time out of their busy summer schedule to hang out with me here in a spiraling inward session. And hey guys, how you doing? You holding out? You doing okay?
Hello.
Cool. So you're all in bands, and I played music from Mike Rayleigh. I played music from Gene Alexander, but I did not play any music from Drewski because I couldn't find any out there. And maybe you can help me, Drewski, and tell me where I could have found some of your music out there.
Yeah, you can find some of my solo stuff. It's called Poplin. It's out there on Bandcamp and YouTube right now. It's heavily inspired by some of my favorite indie artists, so quite different from the artists that are inspiring this project. But if you like Neutral Milk Hotel, Guided by Voices, Modest Mouse, that kind of stuff.
Nice. I like that. I've heard some of your stuff on The Talk, and I liked it because I love all sorts of music. If you ever listen to Melting Space Dreams, I kind of have this crazy eclectic mix every week of who knows what I'm going to play. But I love it all. That's the whole deal. I think music, every kind of music speaks to someone, and I'm here to speak to the world and share bands that need a little bit of a up, because that's what I do. So I've got one more question that I would like you all to answer. And the question is, how much of the world's forests do you imagine are planted by squirrels who spaced out their winter nut storage? Recently, I stumbled upon the fact that 74% of squirrel nut stashes are left behind, like they space it out. Squirrels must be the most spacey creature known to humankind, because that's like their food for the year, and they just forget where it's at. And so I figured I might ask you guys, like, how much of the world's population of trees do you think squirrels are accountable for?
Who's going first?
I could go. I think it's much more than I had ever I hadn't considered this before, but I feel like it's much more than we would think. It's one of those things you don't think too much about.
Yeah, I live with squirrels. I mean, they're all over my yard, and I watch them dig. And when I came across this fact, I was like, What up? Have you ever seen, Mike, have you ever seen any squirrels actually doing the deed?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Well, burying
Where
the nuts,
I
not
grew up in
doing weird
Arkansas,
stuff.
and so like I had we had like red squirrels and like the brown squirrels or whatever, and like we also had like chipmunks and groundhogs and like all sorts of stuff. But anyway, we saw stuff all the time. We had peach tree in our backyard, and so like all the time they would be coming up and trying to get peaches, and they would. We never had peaches like by the time they were ripe, but it was cool to see them like do the thing and like. But I've seen them, haul around their acorns and their usual stuff. I would say probably of the acornable trees, of the squirrelable trees, probably like a good 30% easy.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be like a third. Easy. Might be over half. I don't know. I'm a politician, you see.
Well, I really like that you saw those squirrels getting the peaches off the tree, and then all of a sudden my mind was like, poof. I started to like think Johnny Appleseed squirrels. I just thought like oak trees. I thought that's all I really imagined, to be honest. I only thought of acorns because you see the squirrel with the acorn, right? But now you have changed my whole vision. Now it's like, holy cow, I bet they're planting like orchards of peach trees and plum trees and apple trees and cherry trees and pear trees. I just bet. Anyhow.
They're like the bees of trees.
They are the bee's knees of trees, for sure.
Okay, Gene has been obfuscating. Gene's been trying to avoid this question this whole time. It's been like, I hope I don't have to answer this question.
You're going to answer it,
I've been
Gene.
avoiding it on all the shows.
Oh, man. He got me. He got me. I'd say it's whatever percentage is not planted by humans or has fallen out of trees. No, I'm kidding. I'll give a real answer. 47%.
Cool. And have you...
47%.
Now I'm buying this.
47.32%. That's my final answer.
And
all right.
Have you ever seen them in action? Have you ever seen squirrels doing this thing? Or are you just like, is this based on any kind of like theory that you have or for proof?
I'm just making a wild guess. I'm not going to lie.
It's your hypothesis.
No, yeah.
And you never seen any squirrels do like the deed?
I have not.
I see. Well, I remember growing up and hanging out in Washington Square Park, and they had like black squirrels there, which is kind of funny because I've never really seen black squirrels anywhere else but New York City. And I would watch them do a lot of burying of seeds, and I like it. I wondered. I'm just really curious about how many New York City trees were grown from those silly squirrels doing their thing and imagining that they were going to actually remember where they were. So thanks, guys. Well, I'm really glad that you took the time to hang out with me in my melting space dreams. And yeah, I think that I love the masterpiece Soundwave material that you cats brought to me and the entire world, and I'm excited for the future of what you're all gonna bring. And is there like hope in the future for like a whole album?
Okay, so hold on. This actually, before we go, don't delete us. Don't go. The title of the EP is not Conspiracy. Are you ready? No one's ever heard this before.
Oh, yes.
Nobody.
I'm here for it. We're here for it.
Except Dylan Green, our album artist. The title of our EP is going to be Despite the Static.
I love it. Awesome. Despite the static. Well, I will correct that the next time I play You Cats live. And is your next single going to be dropped soon?
Yeah, it's going to be dropped soon. We were hoping, like, we could, have you play one, but I know that there were some tech things. But, suffice to say, we are not uncertain about our future.
Very cool. Well,
See what you did there.
I'm here. I'm here with you, Will, and my ears perked. And so is my soul to hear more of your sound waves out there into the universe, because I love you guys all as human beings, because I get to hear what's going on in your different universes, and to just have you all here with me in my melting space dreams is basically incredibly fantastic. So if you have anything else, you guys, before you go, I've got like a couple more minutes before I have to do a top of the hour, and what I'd really like Gene and Mike to talk about your different web pages that you have, discord.com, whatever's going on there. Pretty please tell everybody where they could find your merch and find your music and find you if they want to hang out.
We're probably going to make a band camp for like our merch site or something. We're going to do some CDs, hopefully some shirts. We have a Discord. Go check it out. It's on our Linktree. Go follow our Instagram and our TikToks and our YouTubes, and then go to our Linktree and you'll find the Discord. And follow our journey. We're having a lot of fun. We have like way more in the barrel than you realize. And yeah,
we're laughing week on everything.
Just
laughing week.
Yeah, laughing week.
I'm ready. I'm ready for merch. I want like a headband. I would like a Laughing Week headband and a keychain and like wrist sweatbands, and I could just go on. That's what.
How about a whoopee cushion?
Oh, I like a whoopee cushion. I'd also like a pickleball paddle that is Laughing Week. That'd be super fresh. So in case you're like, taking requests, they are my requests. And how about your own merch and stuff separate from Laughing Week? Do you have merch available, Gene, for Too Short Pants?
Yeah, so what's really cool is actually the guy who did the art for old cassettes. His name's Dylan Green. He's also doing the art for our upcoming EP, Despite the Static. He's really cool. He's very talented. He also did a design for me. He designed a T-shirt, and we have those on sale on our Bandcamp. Everything is linked. You can type in linktree.com/2shortpants, and that'll have everything in there. It'll have the merch. It'll have our Discord, our YouTube, our Spotify. Everything you could possibly ever need is there. And, of course, we're on Instagram, TikTok, everything under 2 Short Pants, and that's TOO, as in like pants that are too short, not the number 2, but pants that are too short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesomeness, and I'm excited that you're going to be playing live this Friday. Where?
At Old Town Pub in Pasadena. We go on at 8 p.m. Pacific. I'll see about live streaming, but if nothing else, we'll try to get our set recorded.
Super cool. And Mike, are you doing anything live soon?
I'm going to be doing some green scheme shows soon. We haven't announced because we've been trying to find the bassist, and so that's going to happen soon. You can follow Green Scheme if you want to check out a whole other type of thing that I'm doing. And you should check out Poplin Band on Instagram for Drew's pop project, and follow all our stuff. We're always doing cool stuff. And also, I wanted to say thank you so much. We really appreciate. We were super excited for this interview, and thank you for having us. And we appreciate everything you do for artists.
Right on. Well, that's my thing, and it is definitely my pleasure. I love you guys. Thanks. Keep me in the loop for what's going on, and I'm here to do whatever you need to get you heard. And with that, I am going to say that you're listening to KXCJ LP. 105.7 and 101.3 FM, serving Cave Junction and the entire Illinois Valley. Check us out streaming at kxcj.org.